Hello and welcome again to Yu-Gi-Oh Fanfiction Readings. I am your guest, whatever I'm called, reader, that's it, Tuba Wheeler. And today we are going to be reading the story Marik Wants Ice Cream, created by thiefshipper.98 on fanfiction.net. I'm going to go ahead and read the little summary before this, so you have an idea what we're getting ourselves into. Well, as you could tell, Marik wants ice cream, but Bakura has a much more entertaining way to satisfy, spelled S-A-T-I-S-F-I-E, them both. I know, really bad summary. I apologize. Maybe that is how you spell apologize. Sad face. Anyway, I apologize. Continuing. Warning, contains ice cream with sex. You knew what you were getting into by reading the summary.
Bakura, where's the ice cream?
Marik whined from the kitchen.
We only have strawberry,
Bakura called back from his study.
I don't care, I want some ice cream!
Marik yelled.
Bloody hell, you're like a child.
Bakura came downstairs muttering angrily.
Get out of the way, you annoying twat.
He kicked Marik's leg. Marik pouted.
That hurt!
Bakura sighed even though the Egyptian annoyed him to hell and back, and he still hated seeing him hurt or in pain, both emotionally and physically.
Sorry.
He bent down to rub Marik's leg.
Better now?
Marik nodded.
A kiss would make it better too.
He smiled. Sighing, Bakura stood up, pecking him on the lips before delving in the freezer to get his lover's precious dairy treat. Marik laughed happily.
Yay, ice cream!
Bakura rolled his eyes, storming off upstairs.
Huh, he muttered to himself. That boy would probably eat ice cream off me if the option was there.
He froze, an idea forming in his head. Okay. Going back downstairs, he took the ice cream pot out of his hands. Ice cream pot? When does ice cream go in pots? I don't...
Hey, Kara!
Bakura laughed, snatching the spoon as he walked off upstairs. Marik pounded.
Come on, Fluffy! I want ice cream! Don't take it from me!
He followed Bakura to the bedroom, but the door slammed shut.
Wait out there for a moment,
Bakura called out. Marik waited patiently, which we all know, N-O, is nearly impossible for him to do. After 10 minutes, it takes that long to put ice cream in. After 10 minutes, he heard Bakura call him in. Happily, he bounced in to see Bakura lying in the bed in nothing. 10 minutes for nothing. He lay in a sexy pose. His elbow propped up. He rested his head on his hand and the sly smirk on his lips. His one leg crossed over the other. In his other hand, he was twirling the spoon, the pot of ice cream next to him.
You want some ice cream? Then you know where to get it.
Dipping the spoon in the tub, he pulled out a small scoop, plopping it on his leg. If it takes Bakura 10 minutes to get naked and hold a thing of ice cream in a spoon. People, if it takes you that long to do that, you need to stop having ADD or something. I'm sorry, I have to stop right here. Mostly because it takes you 10 minutes to get me down to your shivvies. Like, if I had to do this, it would take me under a minute to throw off all my clothes. The ice cream's already in the room. It'd already be halfway melted in 10 minutes. If I had to do is take off my clothes, throw it in the closet in a hamper, get into bed with a pot of ice cream in my hand and a spoon, twirling around going, come in, come in, come in. Seriously. Sorry. I'm sorry. Marik gulped, edging closer to the white-haired thief. He licked his lips as he watched the ice cream run down Bacora's pale thigh. Lowering his head, he licked the trail, then munched on the little dollop. Marik smiled at him.
Oh, awesome! I totally get to eat ice cream off you! This is so cool!
Bacora groaned, wondering why he liked such a dense person. He just threw another dollop on his chest in answer. Marik grinned. Licking up, he froze, hearing Bacora's moan. He looked up to his tongue, still pressed to his skin. Sucking a little, he tasted the small nub between his lips. Bacora arched his back, gasping. There needs to be comments in there, because that was so hard to read. I swear. Marik grinned, lying him back. He plopped dollops of ice cream everywhere on Bacora's body. Bacora shuddered at the cold.
Hey, Cora!
Yes, Bacora said through gritted teeth.
Can I put some inside you?
Marik asked curiously. Bacora looked at him, raising an eyebrow.
Please?
Marik said, starting to take off his clothes, using his puppy dog look on him, while tilting his head to the side. Bacora sighed. Fine. Marik grinned, scooping up ice cream and opening Bacora's legs. I am never using that spoon again, he muttered. Marik laughed.
Don't worry, Fluffy.
He pushed the spoon into Bacora's entrance, making him yelp. What? You gotta be kidding me.
I'm gonna get this spoon of ice cream and shove it up your ass.
Marik turned the spoon so the ice cream fell off inside him. This person... Okay, I don't think this person understands how your bum works. And also, to an earlier comment about the pot, I don't know what language... I mean, not language, country this guy is from. But I don't know if they call it pot in England or something. Or France or wherever he's from. So I'll take back that comment. But this, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot shove a spoon up someone's arse and then turn it upside down and expect the ice cream to plop on the inside. No. The bunghole is too tight to do that. If you even shove it in there, that's not gonna feel good. That is gonna hurt. You ever tried shoving a spoon up your butt? Try it. It's not gonna feel comfortable. And that ice cream is not gonna go in there as well. It's gonna get stuck on the rim, and then it's gonna be like, I can't get out of here! The spoon is too big! I continue. Marik turned the spoon so the ice cream fell off inside him. Pulling the spoon out, he watched him shudder. Oh my raw bloody hell, this is cold! He cried. Marik laughed.
Wow, you look dead sexy leaking ice cream.
Oh, is this almost over? No. Bacora stared at him as coldly as he could. What the bloody hell were you planning to do now? He asked. Marik laughed.
I'll show you!
Lowering his head, he licked the ice cream out of him. Bacora held his breath, feeling the warm tongue lap up the cold, melting substance inside him.
I love eating ice cream out of you, Marik smiled. You're the sexiest bull ever.
Bull. Charming. I've never been compared to a dish before. Bacora folded his arms over his chest. He groaned, feeling the sticky pink stuff on his arms from his chest. Gasping, he arched off the bed. Marik upended UPENDED. If that's a word, please let us know. The tub of ice cream onto his groin. Bloody hell! Marik grinned. He started licking happily at the mess on his lover's cold member. Oh! Okay, groin. I forgot I read the word groin. Oh wait, now we're getting to something fun. On his lover's cold member, finally coming to the strawberry-flavored fries, he sucked happily. Okay, so this is strawberry ice cream. Would you be turned on if you saw pink goo coming out of your lover's anal? I wouldn't. Bacora moaned, gripping the sheets as Marik bopped his head on him. Marik!
Oh, rah!
he panted. Releasing him, Marik smiled.
Can you suck me too?
Bakura nodded.
Get here then.
Marik crawled over, putting a knee either side of Bakura's head. I'm sorry, folks. If this sounds weird, it's because I'm reading it straight from here. If you were wanting to become a fanfiction writer and you don't want to be on this show, please read this out loud before you post it. You'll find a whole bunch of mistakes that way. I'm sorry, I continue. He descended on his lover once more. Bakura held the bottom of Marik's shaft, putting him into his mouth. Marik moaned around Bakura's member. He wasn't as experienced as Bakura at giving blowjobs, but he hoped he was pleasing him as much as he was being pleasured. Bakura pushed down on Marik's hips, taking him deeper. Marik pulled his mouth off him, moaning loudly.
Cora, you frickin' brill!
Bakura grunted in annoyance at the bad grammar, but didn't stop at what he was doing. Marik licked Bakura's tip, tasting pre-cum. That's not how you spell pre-cum. His leg touched the sticky ice cream by Bakura's shoulder, where it dripped off him. Moaning, he felt Bakura's tongue trail along his balls up to his entrance.
Bakura, don't! Please!
He begged.
You did it to me,
Bakura retorted.
Please!
Bakura sighed.
Just trust me, Marik.
Blushing, Marik let him. He gasped, feeling the tongue slide into him. He repaid the favor to Bakura, sucking him a little more, taking him deeper down his throat. Bakura closed his eyes, pushing his tongue deeper. He felt trickling down his cheeks and tongue. Hang on a second. Blushing, Marik let him gasp. Commas. Blushing, Marik let him gasp. He gasped, feeling the tongue slide into him. He repaid the favor by sucking him a little more deeper. Closed his eyes, pushing his tongue deeper. Oh, I think they're 69ing. Oh, okay. Marik jumped off him, blushing deeply. Bakura looked at him in surprise, his tongue still out.
Ma, what the hell is wrong with you?
He snapped, sitting up. Marik cupped his butt moisture running down his thighs. He avoided Bakura's eyes.
So you get wet there. It doesn't matter, Marik.
Bakura tried to speak as calmly and gently as possible. Marik met his eyes. Tears of embarrassment beaded the corners. Bakura sighed.
What's wrong?
I get wetter there than anywhere else. It's embarrassing. It only happens when I'm having sex with you.
Marik blushed. Oh, how cute.
It's because you're sensitive. Come here, let me finish.
But it went on your face,
Marik mumbled.
Say, Marik, would you like me to top this time? Just this once.
Oh, Bakura asked kindly. I don't think I could do kindly.
Say, Marik, would you like me to be top this time? Just this once.
I think that's a little more kinder. Marik nodded shyly. He crawled on the bed. Bakura smiled, pushing a finger into him. Marik winced slightly at the uncomfortable feeling. And you think a spoon feels good? What is wrong?
It's okay, Ma. It will feel better.
Bakura comforted while slowly pushing in a second finger. Marik tensed. A tiny whimper fell from his lips.
Just relax for me, please, love.
Bakura murmured, stretching him gently. Marik gasped, feeling the fingers nudge into his prostate. The pleasure made a little more moisture form inside him. Bakura winced slightly. Marik blushed.
What's wrong? Am I grossing you out?
He asked nervously. Bakura shook his head.
No, you missed a bit.
Marik propped himself on his elbows to see pink liquid run down the Brit's ivory legs.
Oh, sorry,
he smiled. Bakura shook his head.
It's okay.
Removing his fingers, he started to slide his member into him. Marik gasped.
This hurts!
Bakura nodded.
Well, you are a virgin, aren't you?
Marik nodded, wincing as his lover sheathed himself into him fully. Bakura held, still waiting for his lover's body to adjust. I am wanting to go back to something I read earlier. It's been bugging me for a while. Butt moisture? Can a butt have moisture? I thought the purpose of the large intestine was to suck up moisture, not to form moisture. I could be wrong, but moisture? I continue.
Go!
Marik muttered, wanting Bakura to proceed. Bakura withdrew slowly before easing back in. He wanted Marik to get used to the sensation of being breached fully for the first time, so even though he wanted to, he didn't go fast, for fear of hurting him. Marik gasped, surprised at the strangely nice feeling filling his body.
Cora, this feels so good!
He panted. Bakura took it as a hint to go faster. Marik quivered a little, his legs trembling. He arched off the bed, his hands flying up to grip Bakura's arms tightly. Bakura smirked. Again. Marik nodded, whimpering slightly as Bakura's manhood plowed. I think he tried to say plow, but it says plowed. And also there's commas. Missing commas. It's so hard to read this without commas. Digging his fingers into Marik's hips, he felt the Egyptian wind his legs around his waist.
But Cora, I'm going to come!
Marik panted. Soon enough, with a loud cry, he shot up on Bakura's chest, some splashing on his own face. Feeling the tightness of Marik's body encase his cock tightly, he thrusted a few more times before filling him up. Exhausted, he fell on top of Marik, panting heavily. Never am I bloody topping again. I don't have the sodding stamina. How the bloody hell you do it, I don't know. Marik smiled.
Fluffy?
Bakura raised his head to see Marik point to the cum on his cheek. Smiling, Bakura wiggled up to lick it off.
Thanks,
Marik smiled.
And don't worry, I'll top from now on.
Bakura nodded. I could do with a bath now. Marik laughed.
Yeah, we'll bathe later, Cora. I'm shattered.
Shattered! Well, okay. Bakura grabbed the covers, pulling him over them both. He snuggled down onto Marik's chest. I should warn you, lad. It'll hurt to walk and sit for a while after your first time. Marik shrugged.
Ah, well, I am the master. I have to take the pain, so naturally it won't bother me.
Twat, Bakura muttered affectionately. Oh, that's the end. I finally made it. Thank goodness. Author's note. Oh, this ought to be fun. Well, I warned you, but to be fair, there wasn't that much of ice cream foreplay. And I know that in all the fanfics, Bakura usually tops anyway, but in mine, well, some anyway, Marik usually tops. Just wanted to clear that up. Commas. Thank you. Thank you all for reading. Please review so I can give you your much-deserved cyber hugs. Well, you all heard the person. If you want to go ahead and write a review, write it. There's cyber hugs involved. Thank you for surviving another reading of Yu-Gi-Oh Fanfics. I'm Tuba Wheeler, and I bid you a good night.